pleasure of chatting with Carrie. You know why we're a couple of minutes late. It's totally on me. We were chatting. We always have so much to chat about and catch up about and talk about strategy. But here we are. We're going to talk about cybersecurity referrals and how to leverage the need for cybersecurity to gain additional referrals for your MSP. So, Carrie, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's always fun to see you, Jen. And Jen's being very generous. We were late because I didn't know how to spell referrals. Is it two R's? Is it two F's? I never remember. But we got that all sorted out now, so we're going to be fine.
What happens in the green room stays in the green room. I
Oh,
forgot to give you the rules.
and
Oh,
I'm really excited about this. I mean, I know that it didn't benefit me previously for businesses to generate their own leads, right? I ran a telemarketing company, so I wanted people to use telemarketing as their primary source of lead generation. But I mean, I know from my own business that I grew primarily through referrals. And I believe so did everyone else. The problem I see is that people passively wait for people to bring them referrals. And if you're a new business, you haven't got the client base yet. You know, if you've only got 5 clients, it's not like you can ask them every day if they know anybody that needs IT support, or who do they know that whose cybersecurity is terrible. I mean, the answer to that question is probably everyone, but
and at the same time, it's no one, right? Because it's not the topic everybody talks about at Thanksgiving dinner. Like, oh, I hope my cybersecurity is okay.
did
Yeah.
I leave my no?
Did I leave my
the
passwords on a post-it note under the keyboard? I'm sure I didn't do that.
No, I have a friend that I see once a year because we rent the same place in Puerto Vallarta every year, same year. He goes for 3 months. I'm there for 1 month. We always overlap. So this last trip, he was like, "Hey, can you help me with something?" I was like, "Yeah, no problem." And he's like, "Well, I don't know how to. I don't know how to connect to the Wi-Fi. Can you connect my computer to the Wi-Fi for me?" No problem. And I go into his unit, and he's got a paper list, like a foolscap piece of paper with every password he's ever used for any, like, I'm like, "Are your bank passwords on there? Are your?" And he's like, "Yeah, what's wrong with that? I need to remember them all." And I'm like, "And you need to travel with them? What happens if you lose your briefcase?"
Right.
It's like Bank of America login password.
Yes.
Like, good, I'm a good person.
But if you weren't,
If I wasn't, I actually did my Matt Lee favor of the day yesterday on an airplane, telling the person sitting next to me to turn off their laptop before they left to use the restroom. So
yes.
that, like, cybersecurity. Anyway, we're off track.
No,
Bad
but I had to
cybersecurity
help
can
my
be
dad.
everywhere.
I had to help my dad with the same thing. He had an Excel spreadsheet. It was not a piece of paper, so I guess in theory it's a step above. I don't know. I mean, a hacker would be like, "What's this Excel spreadsheet that's called passwords for all the things, right?" And at least it was, ironically enough, it was password protected. I asked him where he put that password, and he did pull out a piece of paper that, like, it's right here on this piece of
I got
paper.
a
I'm like,
sticky note on the front of his
that's
computer.
not what they mean by multi-factor authentication. I have a piece of paper that gives me the password for the spreadsheet. So anyway, I did set him up with a password manager. However, you're right. Asking your 5 clients, or even your 55 clients, or your 155 clients over and over and over again, "Do you know anyone who needs my services? Do you know anyone who needs my help with cybersecurity?" isn't necessarily the most effective and efficient way to get referrals. So you threw out this concept of using cybersecurity and using, it's almost a supply chain, leveraging supply
Mhm.
chain economics to fuel cybersecurity referrals. And so we're doing a webinar later on this week. Let me pop this bit.ly link on there. If you're not registered for this webinar, come. We're going to reveal everything you need to know, like when you should ask for referrals, when you should not. Like, there are certain things you should make sure you have in place before you ask for referrals. But if this is at all intriguing to you and you haven't thought about, wait a second, could cybersecurity actually create the need and the desire for additional services? How do I leverage that in my client base? Come, in case you're listening and you don't want to look at the screen, especially if you're driving, it's a bit.ly link. So bit.ly/cyber-referrals, cyber-referrals. Make sure you register. And we're going to be chatting all about how you can leverage this need for cybersecurity to generate additional referrals in your MSP business.
We've got a lot of cybersecurity experts joining us for the webinar as well. So Solutions Granted is going to be joining us. PCmatic is joining us. OIT VoIP is joining us. Now
Breach Secure Now is joining us.
Yeah, so you're going to meet some cybersecurity experts. We're going to talk a little bit about my concept of being the weakest link in anybody's security chain is not good for business.
Yes.
I believe that ultimately, all things being equal, cybersecurity becomes a differentiator. I want to do business with people who are demonstrating actively that they are taking their security as seriously as I'm taking mine. And I'm going to start rethinking who I do business with based on their security hygiene. And I want to know, like, what are the odds that I'm going to interact with this person on a regular basis? You know, are they doing the bare minimum to protect their clients, their vendors? Like, what does life look like when all of a sudden you are the source of a major breach or incident in your network, right? And your clients can't pay you, and your vendors can't provide you with anything, and it's all your fault.
Yes.
So my favorite part about talking about this is talking about the budgets that companies have for IT versus the budgets that they have for marketing. On average, a company will spend less than 4% of their annual revenue on cybersecurity or technology in general. So never mind cybersecurity, their entire IT budget will be 4% of their revenue. Their marketing budget will be somewhere between 11 and 15.
I'd rather be in that 11 to 15.
Yes, so their marketing budget is going to be significantly higher than their IT budget ever would be. So
right.
I think there's a lot of ways where you can subtly suggest to people that they could be doing better. But I really like the less subtle approach, right? I'm not a very subtle person. And I want to go to people's networks. I want them reaching out and saying like, hey, we've just onboarded with this new IT company and they have some concerns. And I like that you can make your clients your most enthusiastic salespeople just by explaining to them how things happen. Like most of the time, people don't want to know how the sausage gets made. I don't really care what you're using to keep me safe. Just keep me safe. But a little bit of education never hurt anybody. So being able to explain in layman's terms, here is the most likely scenario where everything goes badly for you. Right? I can protect you, but I can only protect you up to about here. And then I have to rely on the company that is protecting your client. So if the company that's protecting your client isn't protecting you the way that I'm protecting you, that's a serious discussion that we need to have. So best case scenario, you get the opportunity to pitch everyone in your client's network. Worst case scenario, everyone in your client's network goes to their own IT companies and shores up their security. Either way, your client's better protected and you've got the opportunity to interact with more people than you ever would have had the opportunity to talk to before.
I love it. And it's really the epitome of relationship marketing, which I love. So if you are just joining us, we are here to chat very briefly about an upcoming training that we have later on this week. Carrie and I are going to be talking about how to use cybersecurity as a talking point to ask your clients for referrals, to ask your clients for introductions to people that are in their circle. And so you're hearing a little bit of that now. I've got the bit.ly link on the screen, bit.ly/cyber-referrals. And I want to take a little bit of a right turn for just a second. So, Carrie, I shared with one of my clients this morning that we were doing this training coming up later on this week. And they're like, I love Carrie. I follow her on LinkedIn. They said her content is spicy. And they're like, your content is spicy too, but it's a different kind of spicy. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. Like, we're both spicy. And I'm like, I guess I'm like medium spicy and Carrie is hot. and that's okay. Like there's nothing I said if we were salsa, neither one of us would fall into the mild category, and I think that's why you and I get along so well, because we don't mince words, and we're like, look, you got to do this. Try it, it'll be okay, I promise. And so I love hanging around with people who are spicy. So that's how they saw you and your content. So I thought it was great.
Well, thank you to whoever said that. Thank you for reading my content. I appreciate it. And, like, share, hit that like button.
Hit that like button, click the bell. I learned the other day you can click the bell on LinkedIn so that I will always be notified when Carrie posts content, spicy or otherwise.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so you have to go to the person's page, and then it'll say following or connected, or whatever your relationship is, and then there's a little bell. And so I'm assuming that the bell will now notify. So obviously use judiciously, because the last thing any of us need is more notifications. But for those of you that are looking to get more great content, follow Carrie. She is all about growing your business, and kind of in a no holds barred, take no prisoners, don't make excuses kind of a way. So if that appeals to you, then Carrie's probably your gal. If you're looking for more,
let me tell you what the problem is.
Yeah,
you are the problem.
And there you go. The end. Register for the webinar.
Have to come. However, we are giving away some amazing prizes.
Oh my goodness. Yes, we are. It's so funny because you're giving away a flipper and a dev board, these are almost impossible to get here in the States.
I was lucky. I put an order in for them. I saw somebody posting about them online. I'm like, oh, what is this? And I was like, those are going to be amazing giveaways at trade shows next year. So I bought as many of them as they would allow. And when I maxed out how many I could buy in America, I had them shipped to my Canadian address as well. So I got a whole bunch of them. And then I was like, I'm going to learn how to use this. I took it out of the box. I am not going to learn how to use this.
But you recognize that it's going to be a great giveaway. So you are giving away that. I am giving away a Yeti mic. It's actually my favorite mic. It's what I use. Mine is red. I may let the winner pick their color, but I love red. So mine is a red Yeti mic. You're not going to get the arm and all of that, because every desk is different. You can buy that yourself, but an awesome Yeti mic. And then we're also giving away a couple of the sponsors are giving away $100 Amazon gift cards. And then there's a mixer board.
A Reest.
Is it a
board? I've never used one before.
A mixing board?
I don't know. I think it's a thing that allows you to, but I don't know. Ray.
Yeah, Ray, we don't know what we're talking about. Oh, hold on. Someone's chatting with us. Okay, they said they love it. Yeah, so I think it's like a mixing board so that you can bring people into your stream and your show and make it super professional. I mean, it looks very cool. So, listen, let's face it, our audience they're super techie. So as soon as they see it, they're gonna be like, I know what that is and I want it. Yeah, so all kinds of obviously great content. Come for the content, but stay for the prizes. That would be what I'm saying. So,
Michael Crean is giving away a traveling whiskey set.
That's right.
It's really, really nice.
I know he may have to share the link where he got that when, the other couple hundred people don't win. I have a feeling, if 199 people show up, one of them is going to win that. And the other 198 are going to be like, tell me where you bought that from. I'm going to go buy it for myself. So I love it. Okay. And so I'm going to share this bit.ly link one more time. Go ahead and register for this. You need to be present to win. Lots of prizes, definitely worth showing up. Carrie and I will be there with our respective levels of spice. So come to this webinar. Hold on. I said I was showing it, but I lied. Now I'm showing it. Okay. It's a bit.ly link, cyber-referrals. And we're going to be talking about how you use the conversation about cybersecurity with your clients to get you in front of all of their circle of influence. Maybe it's their clients, maybe it's their clients' clients, maybe it's the people that they simply do business with, like their accountant. That would be a great one. Their attorney is another great one. And so this is a way for you to add value to your clients, but then ask for an introduction to their clients and their circle of influence. So we're going to be talking about what does that look like? When should you do it? What are some things you need to make sure you have in place first before you ask for a referral? There's some gotchas that if you don't have these fundamental pieces in place, it will come back to bite you. And so we want to make sure you're aware of that before we say, go out and ask for referrals from all 100 of your clients, and then you come back and yell at us. So we're giving you the good, we're giving you the prerequisites before you execute on this tactic. And it really is brilliant. And it will, as soon as you hear it, you're going to say, this makes sense. Why didn't I think of that? And the answer is because you're not Carrie. You don't have her level of spice. So, but that's why she's going to be here. So register, attend. If you attend, you get a chance to win a bunch of great prizes. If you don't attend, you can't win the prizes. So
we also have an event. If you can't make this, Ian is actually going to be speaking at Jennifer's event in June in Orlando, as are all the cybersecurity experts that we're featuring on this webinar coming up. So make sure you check out, and the link for that should be
it is
right there.
It's right there.
You can use my code if you want. It's posted on LinkedIn, so you can go looking for it, and you can get your ticket for only $1. You won't get to see me speak on stage because I'm a little too spicy. You'll get to see my partner in crime, Ian, speaking on stage, and he's a crowd.
I will be there. I will be there. And when I'm on a stage, I bring the spice because I can look eyeball to eyeball to people and be like, you need a little bit of spicy in your life. So I will bring there's not a whole lot. There's nobody there to yank me off stage because it's my event. So I get to be as spicy as I want.
That's brilliant. But I know what I'm going to give away as swag at your event now. I'm going to get salsa made.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I want some of that. I have to take some of that home. Okay, so let's wrap up because people were like, okay, I'm done with the spice. Like that's enough spice in my life. I need to go back to my normal level of non-spicy. So make sure you register. Carrie and I are going to be talking about how to use cybersecurity as a talking point to get referrals, to grow your business. I'm not seeing anybody else talk about this. It feels a little out of the box until you start to lean into it. And then you're like, this makes complete and perfect sense. Register, attend for a chance to win some really fun prizes. Go to the bit.ly link on the screen, cyber-referrals. That is coming up awfully fast. Is it Wednesday or Thursday? I just know it's this week.
Oh, it's 4/20.
Okay, which is
so
Thursday.
Guys, you have to just hold on until 3 p.m. to enjoy your Snoop Dogg day.
I love it. I love it. Carrie, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and I cannot wait to tag team with you and share back and forth ideas on how we can use this idea.
All right. Well, thanks very much, Jen. It's always a pleasure, and we'll see everybody on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Sounds good.